my name is Silas Smith, and today I'm going to be doing my project on instructional technology evaluation. The technology I'm going to be using is Sutori. So Sutori is a tool that allows students and or teachers to create timelines of events in history or subjects that they are studying and can create with multiple people. So it's a very much so an alternative to PowerPoint, Google Slides, things of that nature. It's a very good alternative. The way is you can upload images and slides into a historic timeline and lay out things that happen in timelines. So in these timelines you can put in notes, videos, pictures, and links that can help students study, create timelines of historical events, and quiz themselves with questions. So other things that you can do in these timelines are make questionnaires for your students that they can respond to questions, and you can see all of the questions be responded on the same timeline. So you can just have a giant voice and a giant amount of questions. There's a lot of questionnaires. This tool promotes a student-centered environment as both teachers and students can create their own timelines. They can access the timelines on their own personal devices, and they can work together with their classmates and create shared timelines. So a big part of Sutori that I really enjoy in the teacher aspect is students can use Sutori together and co-create on multiple devices. So they can create the same timeline at the exact same time and use it for projects and things of that nature for historical storytelling. So it was founded by Thomas Keachel and Joran Brodsima, who wanted to find a way to reenact the Great Smog event and by creating a digital timeline of it, because there really hadn't been that many ways to make digital timelines up until this point. There's ways to make physical timelines like with paper and poster boards, but there wasn't a good digital way to do it, and they wanted to create a new digital way. There are multiple subscription services to Sutori, as there is a free version and a paid descriptive version that costs $99 a year. So in the free version, you and your students can make up to 200 timelines, while the paid version allows them to make unlimited timelines. And below I have a link to the webpage, privacy policies, FAQs, and some reviews of the website. So, skipped over one. Nope. So Sutori can be used for digital literacy and reflective citizenship, as it can be used as replacement tools for PowerPoints, physical posters, and physical timelines, as the platform allows teachers and students to create timelines of events and study tools, as they can point pictures, PDF files, and videos into them to enhance this information. So we'll take a look in a minute when we actually get to the platform to show you how it works, how you can use all these platforms like PDFs, videos, YouTube videos, and pictures very seamlessly. This technology does require some technologies such as phones, laptops, and computers to access it, and you need a constant internet connection for it to be used. So those are some challenges that it could face. A big challenge that educators could face with this tool is making sure every student has internet access at their homes and technology that has access to the platform. That could be a pretty big use. And out of the class, making sure that educators are familiar with the software and use it properly. It's a little bit of a confusing software, but once you use it for long enough, you'll get to understand all of it, and you'll still find new things with it. This technology can promote digital literacy and reflective citizenship, as it allows for students to see different perspectives in their timelines with documents and videos that can be primary sources for their timelines and can help them see all different types of sources. Something else that I did not include in this PowerPoint that it can be used for digital literacy and reflective citizenship is that it can allow students to see different perspectives from their classmates as they work together to create timelines. That's a big thing that this software can allow. So an activity that I wanted to use with this with Sutori was using the Boston Tea Party as a base for this activity. My previous lesson plan was based around the Boston Tea Party, so I wanted to base it around this as well, where students will be assigned into groups of two where they'll co-create a timeline of events leading up to it, the event itself, and the aftermath of the events. And they will be required to use at least 5 primary and secondary sources. 2 of them will be documents, 2 of them will be images, and 1 of the sources will be a video. So this can use the platforms. The functionality of the platform is it's able to use multiple types of digital platforms such as YouTube videos, documents, PDF files, and text documents. And then the students in the group will then share their timelines to another group in their classroom, which it'll be the other group sitting at their table, and they will review each other's timelines using the review feature on Sutori. So something really useful about Sutori that I did not mention up to this point is there is a review feature where your classmates or your students have the opportunity to voice what they feel about your timeline that you created. Once you publish your timeline, there will be a review section to where your students can post what they thought about the timeline, how it could be better, and what they thought about the videos that was present on there and things of that nature. So the purpose of this activity is to promote collaboration between students, historical thinking skills, and to promote different styles of learning, as visual and auditory learners can be represented by source requirements. Because you can have both PDF files, you can have documents that are for visual learners as they are able to read things, but you can also use things such as like songs and YouTube videos for your auditory learners, to where you can have all different types of learning. You can have both audio and visual learning present in these Sutori timelines. Sutori also enhances student learning as it shows a clear layout of the events that happened for the Boston Tea Party. It can help them to analyze the event with all details present and can make it easier to evaluate sources. Having a clear view of the organization of events and time detail is super useful for history majors, as it easily lays out all the timelines of events, and students can go back and use these Sutori timelines to see where the events happened, and they can have contextualization to see how the events became what they were. It also helps improve the activity because students aren't just going through the motions and making a PowerPoint. They're actively describing the beginning, middle, and end of events in history using many different types of sources, and it promotes classroom discussion with other classmates by reviewing their timelines. So I'll go ahead and hop into one of my Sutori reviews. So here's my main page. I have my Boston Tea Party timeline here. I have the beginning of it right here, and as you can see, these dots show what comes first when you click present. So, all right, we're gonna go, here's the Boston Tea Party right here. Here's my main source. It's gonna go into my main description, show you pictures and videos. So yeah, I was able to include in this, I have a picture here of a colonist reacting to the Tea Act. Here's what the Sons of Liberty would look like. After I described the Sons of Liberty right here, it would then go into an image of what they would look like. I have the Tea Party, a description right here of the event itself, a modern image of where it occurred, and then a video actually. So I can show you in this presentation. Let's see here. So we'll start off with the Boston Tea Party. Here is the background. Here is describing the Sons of Liberty and transitions into the Sons of Liberty. The Tea Party itself, describing the event. Images of the site of where it occurred.
That was been the 200.
Videos that play automatically whenever you get onto them. The aftermath, things of this nature, more images. And then something that is very awesome that you can do in Sutori is have forums to where students can comment on, you can include forums to where you can have students comment what they thought about it, and you can spark up questions basically. So you can have polls, you can have forums, you can have quizzes, multiple choice answers, and bibliographies present. You're able to include a lot of different data. So implications of instructional technologies. Sutori helps to support discipline literacy as the technology emphasizes using many different sources to help describe points in the timeline. Students will also read many narratives which will help them summarize the text and events from older times as well. Differentiation is also promoted with Sutori as it helps both auditory and visual learners. It can also help auditory learners as it can use text-to-speech to translate articles as well as videos that students can attach to their timelines. It helps with those visual learners as pictures and text documents can be attached to the timelines. It also promotes collaborations between students as students can work together to co-create timelines, and they can express their thoughts with the review feature. Historical thinking is also promoted by Sutori as students are able to see multiple perspectives on a timeline due to the amount of differentiating sources that will be present in one event on a timeline. Historical thinking is also promoted because students will be able to see the causation of events due to the timeline elements present, which in Sutori, which promotes students seeing contextualization. So in conclusion, I would think that Sutori is a great platform that is worthy being used in the classroom. It is a useful platform in social studies classrooms as they can visually show students the timeline of events in history using historical documents, videos, images, And I did not include but multiple choice questions, bibliographies, and polls and things of that nature. Instructional technology also good to use to enhance students' learning, as most students like using technology in the classroom and can help students stay engaged by telling historical events in new and exciting ways. And these are my sources. I hope you guys enjoyed this presentation.